Hi, I'm Rob Stephenson. I'm Rob Stephenson. I'm Rob Stephenson. I'm Rob Stephenson. Hi, I'm Dr. Rob Stephenson, creator and host of Curious Crew. Curious Crew! We ended up coming in 2009, and we filmed 9 interstitials called Science Minute.
Hey, man, you got...
Oh, no! Science Minute!
Welcome to Science Minute. Got some good feedback, and they said, hey, maybe we can turn this into a full-blown show. And there we have the origins of Curious Crew. When we have a discrepant event, it stimulates curiosity! That's exactly right. It stimulates curiosity, and it gets us wondering, how did that work? Well, I was really thinking in terms of how can I make this an accessible resource for teachers, for homeschool families, for kids and viewers of all ages. And so I wanted it to be engaging and interesting enough, but really embedded in authentic science. Yo!
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
That's cool.
It started very much as a family experience. It seemed like an opportunity to engage my own children and my wife in a way that would have been just celebratory because they could be part of this process. It just led to a broadening of my family, not only with my own, but the production staff. I became very close with a lot of the production folks at WKAR, and then the kids themselves in the cast and their families. Some of the kids literally grew up on the show, and so I would see them every single year, and they would be sharing their interests with me and what they were doing in school and what they were thinking about pursuing. I had hoped that kids would start discovering the joy of just being curious and embracing wonder and scientific questions. And sometimes it was related to science, sometimes it was just a level of confidence in a child that hadn't existed there before, and recognize something in themselves that they didn't know they were capable of doing.
Yes!
Prototype number 1 here. Autumn, talk us through that one.
Well, we use lots of foam on the outside of our box with sawdust on the inside, and we especially use a lot of sawdust on the bottom because we know that the cold air is going to try to seep.
Oh, I like your thinking. Okay.
Hi, I'm Autumn Zornick, and I was a cast member on seasons 1 and 2 of Curious Crew.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, good to see you.
Come here, you. Oh my gosh.
So crazy.
Seeing Autumn after 11 years, it's hilarious to me because as soon as she walked in, I can totally picture her on set with me.
I just remember being nervous, but then talking to Rob, and of course Rob makes you feel like you're his old friend right away, and he brings so much positive energy. It was like, oh cool, so we're just here to have fun.
So first casting call, there were hundreds of kids that came from all over the place.
Yes.
It was crazy fun.
A lot of kids showed up, and a lot of them had like their little portfolios, like they had their headshots. I didn't have any headshots, I didn't have any portfolio. But it was just, I think you were there and you said, you know, let's work together in teams and let's build a tower, or let's do an experiment. And it was like, oh, I know how to do this. I know how to have fun. We just built, I think, pasta towers?
Yes,
Noodle
good
pasta
memory.
towers?
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
Expand and explode? Autumn, really? You think that's gonna happen? Oh! That was a very good prediction. That was a very good prediction. Repeatedly, I've heard from parents of cast members or cast members themselves the impact the show had on them personally, building these networks of camaraderie, but also guiding kids to think about different career paths.
After Curious Crew, I finished high school and I went to do my bachelor's in science at University of Michigan. And I got to study all sorts of curious science things, and I got to do teamwork just like we did on Curious Crew. I went back for my master's degree in business, which I just finished, and I'm starting to think more about kind of what Curious Crew does, which is to take science, scientific expertise, people who know and care about science, and think about how it interacts with society. I think that's adjacent to what Curious Crew does, which is, here are some cool things. How do we communicate them? To whom does it matter? How are we sharing it as a story with a take-home message?
It just felt so wonderful spreading the joy of science learning and STEM education, not only with our cast members, but with our viewers.
Yeah.
So for me, it's just been one rewarding experience after another, so very gratifying. It's hard to be able to bring this to a close, but knowing that the episodes that we've already produced will continue to impact kids, and I hope encourage everyone to stay curious, that is amazing.
Stay curious for me means to stay present and look around at the people that you're sharing that space with and care about how you interact with them and how you treat them, and learn more about how all those interactions work. For me is what staying curious has looked like.
I'm one of these people that just embraces wonder. And I think when you do that, it opens you up to just seeing the world differently and bring on a more optimistic perspective. So ultimately, that is going to be the message that I hope everybody carries with them. Look for the wonder in the world, in the universe, in your relationships, and celebrate those. I would like to give a thank you to every kid who not only was on the show, but auditioned for the show, and every parent who was willing to drive the kids down to WKAR and spend a day with us with a lot of other kids. As I have said many times, I wish I could have cast every single one of those kids, but if you came and auditioned, or if you watched the episode, please know that in my heart, you are part of the Curious Crew family. As we said at the end of every single show, so remember, my friends, stay curious, stay curious, stay curious, stay curious, stay curious. Always stay curious.